Hello, my name is Thomas Priester. Immorality in America. The death penalty has been a hot topic in the United States today. A lot of people think that we should kill people that have killed, and a lot of people think that we should let them stay in life in prison and try to redeem themselves and be in torture. Yeah. The death penalty, a lot of people don't know what it is. They don't know that you have to premeditate the murder. It just doesn't. You can't just kill somebody. It has to be premeditated. But usually second degree murderers and third degree, it doesn't. You don't get the death penalty for that. In the olden days, however, you could go to get the death penalty for anything. You could go for stealing, lying, adultery, all kinds of things. Okay. Now I'm going to explain to you about the history of the death penalty. The history of the death penalty is that it was cruel from the caveman times to the ancient Rome. It was cruel. Like, they burned people, they hung people, they threw them to the animals. It just wasn't a civilized way to kill people in it. And it was eye for eye mentality that was awful. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is the hanging. Hanging is very, I think, unconstitutionalized. It's very wrong, and I'm glad they've gotten rid of that. Another one is, this is what the electric chair, they use this today. They just got banned actually in 2000. It's not, they banned it because they thought it was unconstitutionalized, but now and now they do this, here's the shooting. They did this too back in the 60s, and they got rid of it. They shot people, and they set them in this chair and shot them. They got rid of that too. Okay. And now the main thing is lethal injection. It's a quick, easy, painless way to go. You feel no pain. Most prisoners prefer that over everything. And right here is where you lay for the lethal injection. As you can see, that wouldn't be too comfortable to be in as your last death, but it's a comfortable way to die. Okay, and this is the gas chamber. This was used through Hitler times, through everything. But they did away with this a long time ago because it's very unconstitutionalized too. Now, in my opinion, I do not like the death penalty. I think it's wrong. I think that they should abolish it, and that there's better ways to handle the situation. Our country does not need to have an eye for eye mentality. An eye for eye mentality leads to vengeance. We're an advanced nation. We don't need the eye for eye mentality to be here. It's immoral. The eye for eye mentality, it's what caveman used back in the day, and we need to get away from that. And most prisoners prefer death. And most prisoners do not want to be in prison, being tortured, or their mind. It's a torture of the mind. It's a torture of the soul. It's a torture to everything. They prefer death. They want to go and die. A quick, easy, lethal injection. And I don't think that we should let them get off that easily, And life in prison is very hard. I read when I was doing my research that they're isolated. They don't get to contact anybody. They don't have any freedom, and they're in torture. And a lot of people have said that they would rather die. So why give them that right? Okay, countries really look down on us for having the death penalty. A lot of countries in Europe, they think this is wrong. That's why they abolished it. And there's stats also showing that the European countries and all those countries that did ban the death penalty don't have any murders as much as the United States. So that's why I think we should get rid of it. One of the reasons. We're one of the few democracies left to have it. And we're fifth in the world. Fifth in the whole entire world for putting prisoners to death. We're in the same category as China, Iraq, Iran, and terrorist countries. We're in the same category as them. I think it's barbaric and very savagely, and it needs to be stopped. Another point I made was that it has no benefit to society. Did you know that most people think that life in prison costs more than the death penalty? But that's not the case. It costs people on death row, it costs 48% to 300% more than keeping people life in prison. That's just outstanding, astonishing numbers. I couldn't believe it when I read it. And another thing is, it doesn't deter crime. States with high murder rates, usually, it's been proven, states with the higher murder rates have higher death penalties. It's not good. And then states that don't have the death penalty, they don't have lower, states that don't have the death penalty don't have lower murder rates. You know, their murder rates are really low, the ones that don't have the death penalty. And that doesn't make any sense to me. The death penalty is supposed to deter crime, and it's not. And Texas is the best example. Texas has the most death penalties in the nation, and they have one of the highest top 4 murder rates in the United States right now. It's very bad to think of, and I can't believe people can't see that sometimes. Okay, and then another reason why I don't like the death penalty is that the flawed judicial system. When have you ever seen a rich man on death row? But a poor man, you will never see a poor man get off. He will always be on death row. He will always just want to be. It's just how it is. And juries and judges, and they're biased. Let's cut the crap where it's like that. They're biased, and if you are a certain race, and the juries will convict you, even though if they don't know you're guilty or not. If they don't know in their heart that you're guilty, they will convict you, and I think it's really wrong. And there's other points too about this. 2 innocent men have been killed. That this guy right here, black man, as you can see, was in 1981. They said that he killed an officer. Okay, he went down to the police station, and they tortured him. They made him confess. They said, "We'll kill you if you don't confess." And he ended up confessing because he didn't want to get killed. And when he went through the appeals, there was witnesses saying he didn't do it. There was DNA evidence saying that he didn't do it. But that confession that he made him get the death penalty, even though most of the town knew that he didn't do it. And it's sickening. And those 2 officers that tortured him have been fired from the Jacksonville Police Department for more crimes. And then another one is this guy here. He was a fire. He set a fire to a house with his $3 in it. That's what it's believed. But more DNA evidence and tracks of the fire in the house shows that it was an accident, and he got out, and his $3 didn't. He should have tried to save his $3, but they were already burnt, he said, and he was innocent, and more evidence has shown that he is innocent, and the innocent man has died. And this is just numerous. There have been over 20 people in the 21st century, or in the 20th century, I'm sorry, that have been killed that are innocent. And there's probably way more back in time, and you never know. And from 1976 till now, 128 people have been exonerated. 128 people. That means is that they were set up for something, and they went on death row, and then they found out 10 years later that they weren't guilty because of DNA evidence. And I think that's wrong. I think that the judicial system should be fixed majorly if 128 people, and it's just wrong to me. And my conclusion is that, I think the death penalty is immoral. I think it sends a wrong message to the United States. I think spending life in prison is worse than getting the death penalty, which is a short fix. It saves our country so much money that people don't even realize it. Innocent lives have been taken, it's not acceptable. If one innocent life is taken in this judicial system, they should redo it all and abolish the death penalty until they have a better system in place. And they should. That's just how it is, and not. It sickens me sometimes thinking about this subject, and I hope I got to you guys on how the death penalty has affected lives, and I hope you have an open mind to this. Thank you, and for the presentation, for letting me present this to you.